Right, so before we begin our lesson on constructions, I'd like to talk about a couple of tools that we can use to create constructions, to perform our constructions. The first and the most common is called the compass. And the compass is here. You can see it has an end that has a point on the end of it, and it has another end that has room to put a pencil in or a pen or something. All right. Problem with this, which I've always had a problem with, is there's never the right size pen or pencil to fit in. Your standard pens and pencils are too big, and now I found an eyeliner pencil that the bottom of it fits, but it's too loose, so it's going to be unstable. All right. But theoretically, if you had a well-fitting device here, you could draw a circle, and in this case I'm just going to draw an arc of a circle by holding the center where it is and running the pencil along. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when I did that, this actually moved, which means my circle's not going to be very good. So the reason being, if you want to draw a perfect circle, you have to keep the distance from the center of the circle, which is right here where the point is, to where you're making your arc. You have to keep that the same distance, and that, as we know, is called the radius of the circle. Okay, so these are two terms we're going to use a lot. We've got the center of the circle, okay, and we've got the radius of the circle. Now, the triman, also known as a safety compass, okay, safety because it doesn't have a sharp point on it, is a much better tool in my opinion, and it's something that I actually purchased for you so that you can use it because it's less frustrating. And it also has a way that you can use the center, and the center of the circle on a triman is the center of this little circle right here. Right? So if this is my center, and I'm going to use the same center that I used up here, and if I wanted to draw at a certain distance, a certain radius from that center, and I'm going to start in the same place that I started the other, I would just move this sliding bar, and you can see there are two choices of where you can put your pen or your pencil, and you can use any kind of a pen or a pencil. Works here. I've got a marker. You could use a pencil. You could use a pen. You could use the eyeliner pencil if you want, but that's just too messy. So I'm going to set my radius, and then I tighten it up. That way it's not going to slide once I tighten it. All right, and then I can make my arc, and as you can see, it makes a much nicer arc, and it's not starting to go down like the other one did because the radius got changed. All right, so again, let's just review. Whether you're using a compass or a triman, you're going to be involved with the center of the circle and the radius of the circle to create constructions. I'm going to stick with the triman, and I'm going to provide a triman for you to use. If you prefer to use a compass, please feel free to do that. You can spend some money and get a real good one, but I prefer the triman myself. And then after I'm going to come back shortly, and we're going to do our first construction, which will involve copying or actually taking a line segment, such as the segment here AB, and making another segment in another place that has exactly the same length as AB. And of course, you know that means it's going to be congruent.